Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Winning the Game. Wilhelm Hast here. Today, I want to share a bit about the kind of work that I do. And I had a perspective show up during the week that I thought was interesting. Because one context for what I do could be that I create and lead programs and do coaching. But that's not really at all what I'm up to or what I do. I got the metaphor of an ecosystem for what I do, and that fits so perfectly because I nowadays create an environment for people, like an ecosystem where leaders can join in, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're employed in a corporation, or even if you're working as a leader at the university, you join the ecosystem that we have, and you start to grow in capacity, you start to grow in power, you start to grow in your certainty, and the results start to grow for you and for people around you. So it's more like you join this ecosystem, an environment where you start to learn and notice how to access true power, how to access your highest power. And the ecosystem has many components, many parts to it. Of course, it's the people in the system. It's me and my colleagues who lead the calls and the training and who produce the content most of all, but then there are the other people in the system. It's a couple of hundred people that are on a journey together. Some has lots of training, some has less training, they're newer to us, some are in advanced programs, year-long programs, some are in kind of a $50 per month membership club. It's the whole range of people that interact together, but they share an interest in accelerating their power, finding a path to the power and then accelerate the power, and then move on to be a leader in power, to lead themselves and other people to access new levels of freedom and creating great results. And not only at work, but in all domains of life. So this ecosystem includes the business domain, obviously, because many people find us through their profession, but it also includes family. We speak a lot about the balance between the family domain and the business domain. We call them the domain of business and the domain of balance. Then you have your body, your health, your well-being, your domain of body. How do you take care of that domain? Because all these areas interact with each other if you want to grow in your power and being a leader in power. Now, then you have the being domain. That's the domain of spirituality, of faith, the domain of purpose, the domain of meaning, the domain of being connected to your heart and soul, not only lost in your analytical mind. So the body, being, balance, and business domains, together with the leaders and the people, form the ecosystem. Then you've got the structures of the system. There are daily practices, there are weekly practices, there are monthly practices, and there is this year-long vision that we work within our programs. And then there are things to show up on weekly to make sure you empower yourself. Next week, for example, on Monday, we'll lead a seminar on the daily practice of reflection. Do you stop every day and reflect? Or is your day just passing by, one after the other? If you don't stop and reflect, you notice the progress, you lose perspective on the progress you're making, you start feeling drained, stressed, worried, concerned, you lose your presence. There are many activities every week. There are training seminars once per week. There is a weekly planning workshop once per week where you can log on, spend 45 to 60 minutes and have all of your next weeks already mapped out. I got the Inner Circle personal coaching where I go deep with people that work closest with me on a personal level. They also meet up in a community, and it's like an ecosystem within the ecosystem. Now, every month we meet up for 3 hours and review the past month, look forward at the next month. Everybody has their personal app and can track how they do daily with building their power. Reflections are saved in a library, so you build the memoirs of your life as your daily reflections in writing gets collected, and can you look back on them. could go on and share about this system of structures, individuals, practices, routines, tools, perspective. It's something to join, and the purpose of the system is to find new levels of freedom and to create results that are truly inspiring for you in all domains of life. Definitely professionally, but definitely also personally. I love that I've been able to move from going to lead a course to actually nurture and expand the quality and depth of the whole ecosystem day by day and week by week. People can join in with a low level of commitment just to be interested. Next week, we got 3 mornings. Start your day in power, cost-free seminars. Anybody can join. Up to people who have committed to work all of the next 12 months with me and the other people in the Inner Circle group, because they are on for a journey beyond what they find in terms of leading themselves with clarity, certainty, and power. This is what I'd love to talk about me and what I do today. I wanted to look at your ecosystem. What are you inside of yourself in terms of your structures, in terms of the people you surround yourself with, in terms of habits and practices to stop and reflect and plan and celebrate. So many people that come to us when we start working with them, they are in an ecosystem in a company or a business or even their own business, and the ecosystem they are in is not supportive. It's disruptive. It creates distractions. There's lots of structures in place that drain them of power instead of build power. There are systems, IT systems, mail systems, communication systems that are not fostering freedom, power, certainty, and results. Systems foster distraction, worry, concern, because it's too much input from too many places. There are ways out of this experience of being distracted, worried, and stressed. They're not even complex. There are 5 key practices that if you integrate them into your life, you soon get a sense of clarity, freedom, power, and results show up. It starts with telling the truth of where you are. To be really true in your conversation with yourself about the facts of where you are. How you feel about where you are. And from that authenticity, you ask yourself another question, and it is, where do I want to be? And if the current systems of people, processes, tools, habits, routines, perspectives, thought patterns, call it the ecosystem, if that doesn't support you, you need to change something in the system, most likely. Your own discipline and willpower in the exact same ecosystem will still keep you trapped. So you need to have a conversation with yourself and tell the truth. What do you actually want? And stay with that until you get really clear. And don't ask that question for all of your life at once. Ask it for one domain or one area of your life and get real clarity. And if you told the truth about the first place where you are right now, the results you have now and how you feel about that, and you get really clear about what you want, normally your mind will open up a path for you and you will see a few steps forward. So thanks for listening. Find an ecosystem that supports what you're up to, and I'll see you in the next episode.